Bryn lives in a small town that hates her guts. Years ago, Bryn accidentally caused the death of her friend, a tragedy that the locals haven't been able to forgive her. The young woman has been living with guilt ever since, leading the life of a hermit. One night, Bryn gets a visit from none other than an alien. She manages to fight back, but this is only the beginning. As it turns out, the next morning, the extraterrestrials have gotten into the bodies of some of the town residents. As for those who remained unharmed, they don't have the slightest intention to give Bryn a helping hand. When the night falls, the alien invasion will go in full swing. Sometimes it seems that filmmakers started to forget one simple truth: the main purpose of cinema is not to teach, and let alone preach, but to amaze. To amaze with ideas, with a story, with imagination, with narration techniques and language. We watch movies not because we want to know what filmmakers think about this or that global problem. We watch them to get away from those problems. We want to embark on an exciting 2-hour journey to another world, accompanied by a guide who deeply loves that world and knows how to get the viewer involved. No One Will Save You is precisely that kind of cinema. Basically, it's a compact action thriller with a comedic touch. Screenwriter and director Brian Duffield, known for a brilliant horror comedy The Babysitter and an excellent thriller Underwater, is so passionate in telling the story that at some point, you stop caring about what's happening on the screen. All you want is just listen to the storyteller. You connect with the scarred, yet unbroken protagonist. You feel the thick atmosphere of a somewhat cartoonish, yet unavoidable global apocalypse. You open up to the humor that comes up when you least expect it and never fails to deliver. Finally, you admire the creative challenges that Duffield sets for himself, and an apparent effortlessness with which he overcomes them. Take, for example, the fact that the film barely has any dialogue. The only text that needs translation is writings. And the most amazing thing is that it doesn't stop the film from making its story and ideas crystal clear to the viewer. Who could think it was possible to talk about the importance of forgiveness and acceptance in such a deep, touching, and clever way, without tedious 20-minute monologues whose preaching tone makes you depressed? No One Will Save You has an ideal duration of 90 minutes. It gives you just enough time to enjoy a roller coaster ride that makes a bunch of head-spinning turns, before taking you to a terrifying and clever finale that contains an ideal metaphor. If you think about it, you can use the word ideal to describe nearly every aspect of this amazing film. Even the aliens, whose cartoonish looks at first may seem odd and confusing, at some point start to give off the nostalgic vibe of sci-fi family classics of the 80s, from Gremlins to E.T. the Extraterrestrial. There's no doubt whatsoever that Duffield was using the latter film as his main source of inspiration. Kaitlyn Dever as the lead is a pitch-perfect casting. Since the late 90s, Dever has appeared in a bunch of fairly well-known films and TV series. She's one of those strong supporting actors whose chops go unnoticed for a long time until they get a chance to shine in a lead role. After her jaw-dropping performance in No One Will Save You, Dever will hopefully soar to the Hollywood summit faster than her heroine gets sucked up into a flying saucer.